And not one time has any Oregonian ever said, you know, we need to fix up Portland. We need to send troops. We need the president to help us. No.
Actually, it's quite the opposite. It's because of one person. One person was asking for help, calling 911, actually went down to the protesters and said to please stop.
Yes! Turn it down! We the people need sleep!
So that one person went on to sue the city because she was calling 911 and not getting help. She lost the lawsuit and this happened.
Nightly protest, police admitted to us that they have not made a single arrest out there since June 18th.
So because she lost the lawsuit, we were able to see that the Portland police have not been showing up to help out the federal agents. And eventually, President Donald Trump saw our news report. And because of you guys, you kept promoting the videos, you kept commenting, you kept liking, you kept the story alive. President Donald Trump saw all of this, and this is how we got here. It's because of one person, and really because of you guys keeping the story alive. So in this video, we have a lot of updates to dig into. I think you'll find it all very interesting. But before we start the video, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys are helping this channel, and it also helps others see the videos as well, such as President Donald Trump and everyone else who doesn't know what's going on right now.
President Trump has directed all necessary troops to Portland, Oregon. The number of necessary troops is 0 in Portland and any other American city. And let me repeat that. This is an American city. We do not need any intervention. This is not a military target. The president will not find lawlessness or violence here.
Okay, so that was the mayor of Portland saying, you're not going to find any lawlessness here. You're not going to find any violence. We do not need the National Guard. I mean, we can play the tape. So for the new people here, this happened in the month of June.
Oh, I hate that stuff. I hate it.
Oh, they got triggered!
This happened in the month of July. That happened in August, and this happened less than 24 hours ago. So it's not only the mayor of Portland who's saying you don't have to send the National Guard, there's nothing going on here. It's other lawmakers as well. We'll get to them in a second, but if you haven't already, make sure to please subscribe to my channel so I can keep you guys up to date with what's actually going on here. And remember, because you guys have been subscribing and liking the videos, President Donald Trump found out what was happening just a few weeks ago, and now we have help coming to Portland. It's all because of you guys.
Has any Oregonian ever said, you know, we need to fix up Portland. We need to send troops. We need the president to help us. No, they've told me every single time, we got this.
They're not worried about it at all.
No, I mean, every city has its challenges and every city has its work to do.
Okay, so that was a congresswoman out of Oregon, but I want to show you guys, there are a lot of lawmakers right now coming out of Oregon, to include this senator, who are saying there's nothing going on in Oregon. I mean, check out this video that this senator posted. As you'll see, everything looks peaceful. But I don't think this senator realizes what he just posted. Let's just stop right here. The entire building has been boarded up with plywood. It's not like this federal building is under construction. No, this is plywood because all of these windows have been shattered from protesters. And this gray paint over here, that's not an update to the building to paint it gray. That's to cover up the disgusting things said about ICE. And not only that, again, we've been covering this story every single day. This blue line right here had to be put in place because so many protesters were getting arrested and pepper sprayed. The federal agents had to create some sort of line so the protesters don't cross the line. And again, I can't believe he made this post. Again, he's saying everything is peaceful and calm. We don't need you here. Stay the hell out of the city. The entire comment section are all of the videos and stories you guys have been sharing about this building. These clips you see right here, it's because you guys have been sharing the clips and videos, and you can even see in the comment section all of the original nasty things that were said about ICE. So again, I don't know who's in charge of this senator and what he posts, but I don't think he realizes what he just posted. This is a very bad look.
My daughter, who's in Montreal, sent me a text that Portland was being invaded by federal troops.
But what Peter Morris found when he rushed to the ICE facility in Portland's South Waterfront this morning was this: not even a protester.
There's foolish politics, but other than that, nothing's going on.
Now, hold on one second. So that entire news segment was done during the daytime. However, I want to show you guys this clip. When it comes to the nighttime, even the local news, they have their own bodyguard.
But when there's stuff going on, like,
stuff.
yeah, for sure.
100%. Awesome. Well, it's good to see you guys come.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
You guys bring security with you?
We do.
Yeah, that's good.
Now look, for the protection of that news agency, I'm not going to say who that is, but one thing I do want to say is this: be very careful if you go to this building. If you go during the daytime, it's generally safe. But as you can see, even the local news, they have their own security, despite showing up in the morning and giving off the implication that everything is safe. That is true. In the morning, everything is generally safe, but at night, please be very careful if you're in the area. Even the local news have their own security. You saw it for yourself. Now, here's the governor of Oregon talking about the situation.
President Trump's inconceivable insistence that we need federal troops in Portland does not address the real concerns in our communities. We do not need or want federal troops in Oregon stoking fear, creating conflict, and frankly, escalating a situation that is under control. Any federal takeover with military troops in our state is a threat to communities across Oregon. It violates our right to govern ourselves.
And by the way, if you're new to this story, the school next to the ICE building, they had to leave because class was about to be in session. All of those students and the building, everybody had to leave because of what was going on in that area. Now, all of the blame was shifted to ICE, but I'm just trying to point out, within that entire area, within the localized zone of the ICE building, there's a lot of chaos right now, and I don't understand why they don't just address it. I mean, even the Portland police chief is in the background, and he knows that the police don't have to show up and have not been showing up to help out the federal agents.
It interferes with local law enforcement's ability to fulfill their mission, and frankly, it drains taxpayer resources that could be better spent elsewhere.
And by the way, we all agree with that. Portland is a city within the United States of America, and federal taxes, our tax money, is going to the city to beef up security, to help out that building and the federal agents. This could have saved everybody money and time if the Portland police would have showed up. That is the argument from the Trump administration. They don't want to have to do this. We just want help.
And again, I communicated that to the president directly. Oregon is our home. It is not a military target. Any deployment would be an abuse of power and a misuse of federal troops. People across the state and across the political spectrum here in Oregon are uniting together to peacefully oppose policies that they do not agree with. I believe in free speech and the ability to lawfully and peacefully protest.
And just so you guys are aware, again, that one person at the very beginning of the video, she sued the city of Portland and showed everyone the receipts. I have been calling 911, please help. When you look into the court documents, the judge did say, hey, police, try to show up and do your job, but you don't have to because we do have these sanctuary laws. And since you're on the state level, you don't want to break those laws. So look, I don't know if the governor knows this, the city of Portland knows this, but it was because of that one person. One person asked for help. All the police had to do was show up, and we would have never even been in this situation.
And I have a message for Oregonians. Let's not take the bait. Let's not respond to what the president is trying to do. We have to raise our voices absolutely, peacefully, to the things that we believe in. But I also want to say that any property damage or violence of any kind will get us nowhere and will not be tolerated. If you want to stand in opposition to the Trump administration, I would ask that you lean into supporting your community, helping people.
So look, the governor of Oregon is right. You're not going to get anywhere by destroying property and being so opposed to the Trump administration, you want to destroy things and get violent. That's how we ended up in this situation. But again, I do want to show you guys, a city councilor in Portland has made this TikTok and this request. And I know I have played this video before in my Portland videos, but there are so many new people who don't know this is happening. This is an actual TikTok from a city councilor in Portland.
All right, so here's what council is currently looking into. Right now, some of our offices are looking into doing a ban on ICE agents being able to mask up and not be identified. This has been a huge issue because people are getting kidnapped off of our streets.
Despite it being a city ordinance and a state law, this can't even affect the federal agents, but this is what the city is trying to do. Create opposition that really does nothing. These are not solutions, but again, you guys have seen this video for the subscribers here. Look what she's about to request.
And it would be really helpful if people who are on the ground, who are able to see some of that technology that ICE is using, if you could photograph it and send it to our offices, that's all information that we can use to try to figure out where we need to target, because it's not freely available to us, all of the tools that they have at their disposal.
So look, the city council has made it very clear in Portland. They don't want to work with the Trump administration. So of course, if the Trump administration knows there are TikToks like this from city council members, they have to send in more support, because they're not going to get any support from the city of Portland as far as sending in more security forces.
People living across the street from the ICE facility at the Gray's Landing apartments say they just want the noise and violence to stop.
We've had quite a few rough nights over the 3.5 months now.
One woman who asked us not to show her face says sending federal troops to Portland will only make it worse.
I worry about it escalating things and more people being involved and it just getting out of hand.
And I gotta be honest with you, I 100% understand why that person wouldn't want to show their face. They just want the situation to calm down. You have to remember, it sounds crazy, why wouldn't any of these residents want troops in the area? They have been dealing with the loud noises and the violence since May, for a very long time. And they know if federal troops come in the area, it's probably about to get a little louder. So for those of you who are like all in on wanting to send the troops, I agree with you. We need more security in this area to help out these people. But understand, there are people in this area who are even a little afraid for the troops to come in because they've been dealing with this mess since day one, these residents. And by the way, I know this person on the screen.
Another resident welcomes the addition of more security at the site. She says some protesters cross the line when it comes to taunting ICE personnel.
Threaten them, get right up in their faces. I mean, you can only take that for so long.
This person right here, a few months ago, was so afraid to take her dog out because she was worried that the protesters who live in the encampment right across from the Portland Federal Building, she was afraid that they were going to poison her dog, just so you guys know.
These guys are doing the job they were told to do, and all they're doing is lining up to let cars out.
Cindy says she was raised to respect authority.
I believe in our right to protest. I do. But protest without lies. Protest without violence. Martin Luther King managed to do it.
She was attacked by the protesters, by the way, so I'm a little surprised she even showed her face again. She lives in this terror, and she has no way to leave because a lot of these people who live in this building don't have a lot of money. They're underprivileged or they're a little older, so unfortunately, she can't leave the area.
Why can't they?
We love each other. Stand against evil and stand against hate and stand against division.
Protesters who've been outside the ICE facility in South Portland for months say they've dealt with aggression from federal agents.
And by the way, for the new people here, look at those windows. They've all been shattered. This door right here, people tried to take a stop sign as a battering ram and shove it through that front door, by the way.
Agents.
You showed up here to look like a show of force, but you haven't been doing jack for the community.
And interrupted Friday's news conference with some strong words for city leaders.
They are showing support now because they know we can no longer be ignored, because we have made enough noise that it is making them look bad.
I said this was going to happen at the very beginning of all of this. This is why I make videos about sanctuary cities. Not because I despise and I can't stand the people. They were misled. And this is why this protester came out and said, now you have to listen to us. You have not been representing us. You've been giving us a lot of false hope. And this is what happens. Now the Trump administration is coming to Portland. Again, this is exactly what we said was going to happen at the very beginning of this story. All of these city councilors have been saying, don't worry, we will control the situation, but every single day, more and more and more clashes occurred, and now you have counter-protesters who don't even like ICE are now protesting their own government.
That is why they're finally starting to show up.
Well, when asked about how Portland police could respond, the mayor basically said that if there is any violence, if there is any vandalism, then officers will act.
But we have the court documents. They haven't been showing up. Friends of the channel have been punched in the face. They've been pepper sprayed by the protesters. They called 911 and they had to go to the police. It's all over. We know what's actually going on now. And it was all because of that one person who had the courage to stand up and say, I want help. Well, the help is coming. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I wish it never had to go this far. I kept making these videos to show people, hey, these clashes are happening. I hope the police show up to calm everything down, and it wasn't happening. On my channel, we advocate for peace. We want peace in this nation, but unfortunately, the protesters have gained so much control in the area, this building, the agents, they've been attacked, and this is what happens. So again, I hope we can all come together, have some more peace, but this is what's going on. We've been covering this story every single day. You can go and check the tapes. Every single day this has been happening at this building, and now all of a sudden the nation is watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, thank you for the support. Please leave your comments, please subscribe, please share the video. Thank you for everything. God bless, and we'll see you all later.